I'm sure you've been wondering, what about the altcoins, alternative cryptocurrencies, the type of coins that can make or break a portfolio? I'm a fan of true altcoins, not the meme chat bull honky that has infected cryptocurrency, where the likes of video game stars, FaZe Clan, and punks like Jake Paul who promote them to wreck newbies and line their pockets even more. Are you guys not wealthy enough? Well, F those guys and other top crypto influencers in the space. I know you watch my content, punks. I'm talking about you guys. Real recognize real. So viewers, come and listen to my wealth of knowledge because it's time for chicocrypto. So I'm looking for the real in the space, projects who are pushing crypto forward, changing the world with their dApps protocols and their own revolutions. Maybe that's why I've been so depressed lately. I've seen the space taken over by Shiba, Winu, Tinu, Baby Doge, Doink, Poink, Floki. Jesus Christ. Why are people so stupid to invest in this crap?
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Yeah, pump and dumps like this can make you money if you get in early and know when to pull out, which is a problem for many guys, not even in crypto, but in the bedroom.
Baby? No baby. Minivan, sports car.
Yeah, legitimate projects have gone up and down too, but these companies and dApps will hodl their value way more in a bear market than this other bull honky. And when the markets return, they're going to re-smash their old all-time highs. This meme crap, it won't. It will be dead to never return. You want an example of this? Well, I'm going to get it through those meme crap coin believers' heads. So let's begin with a real project, which was building one of the first major DeFi applications, Synthetics. They were formerly called Haven with 2 V's. As we can see from CoinGecko in August 2018, in the midst of the bear market, Haven was on page 2, ranked number 116, with only a market cap of just over $20 million. Out of the bear market, Haven grew and then rebranded to Synthetics. And as of yesterday, Synthetics is ranked number 53 with a market cap of over $1.7 billion. It rightfully surged due to the fundamentals as they got their DeFi products out. And since August 2018, its market cap has 85x'd. Real recognized real. Now back during the last cycle, you can compare the meme hype seen today to the future changing coins like AI, deep machine learning, or quantum resistance. Some of those coins regarding this are actually legit, but back in 2017-2018, coins in this area were launched left and right, promising to change the game. So let's look at one that was ranked right next to Haven, Quantum Resistant Ledger, market cap of around 20 million and ranked number 117. How is Quantum Resistant Ledger doing today? It's not on page 1, it's not on page 2, is it on page 5? No, you have to go to page 8, and QRL is ranked number 747 with a $13 million market cap and just 50K in 24-hour volume. The coin is dead in the water. This is going to happen to a majority of the meme coins, and some might not even be ranked in the next couple of years. They will turn to crypto dust. So let us talk about the real, the fundamentally strong altcoins who chicocrypto is eyeing like a hawk. Even if we are dipping into a bear market, the next project I see is going to pull a Haven Synthetics, and that is Centrifuge. And just like clockwork, they posted a great blog post, which exemplifies this. It was titled, "There is no bear market with diversified real-world assets." They show how DeFi TVL total value locked up has crashed since the markets began falling in May, nearly losing 50% TVL. But not Centrifuge. Since May, their TVL total value locked up within its protocols and dApps has almost grown by 100%, and it's growing monthly by 73% on average. So why is this? Well, they explain it in the blog. The team says, Tinlake experienced its usual growth of TVL during the crash. Why? Because Tinlake finances real-world assets, RWAs. RWAs are not correlated to crypto. They are assets outside of crypto that need to be financed. If ETH crashes, the housing market doesn't. Therefore, New Silver's real estate pool on Tinlake is still operating safely, with TVL growing steadily. Yeah, Centrifuge is all about connecting real-world assets to DeFi. It bridges assets like invoices, real estates, and royalties through NFTs into the world of decentralized finance. That means real-world businesses can get funding for their operations without going to a bank. They can get funding crowdsourced through DAI or stablecoins, which, as we can see from the Tinlake DApp interface, this is already happening on a serious level, with multiple real-world businesses financing through DeFi, while giving the crowdsourced investors healthy and stable APRs. Now, the token for Centrifuge just got its launch onto the exchanges recently, and the price did get crushed out the gate. But keep an eye on this one. I am ready to make myself a big position, because Centrifuge is the haven of this crypto cycle. It combines everything I like about crypto: DeFi, NFTs, real-world assets, Substrate, Polkadot. And there's so many Polkadot parachains and projects that are just copies of things on Ethereum. Centrifuge is the only unique one, bringing something new to the table. Something new to the table? What about OlympusDAO? Me and my homies go This project is something special as a rebase currency. It's one of the only projects out there that is recovering, and recovering nicely since the May crash. From its low of $160 as of yesterday, it had repassed $500. So special and unique that even the highly respected Messari Research put out a research piece on how it works. And according to Messari, Ohm has a flywheel effect, aka a self-reinforcing protocol, where users are incentivized to do what's best for it. And regarding this flywheel reinforcing effect, the Ohm team put out a blog post explaining this in March of this year, titled The Game Theory of Olympus. And after you read that short blog post, you'll understand why many Ohmies say 3-3. And of course, that blog is included down in the description. Now, let me pull up something. An Ethereum Etherscan transaction. What is this? Well, someone bought them some Ohm, a small bag, just over 40 of the suckaroos, but they are dipping their toes into it. As we can see in the From section, this address ends in AAC. Whose account is this? Well, it's someone special, and they may have just become an Ohmie. So how can we figure out who owns this address? Well, have you ever heard of lazy.com? Well, this is a website that creates a simple way to show off a person's NFTs. Who is lazy.com connected to? Well, going to the website Mark Cuban's companies, which lists the mogul's companies, and then clicking into the blockchain section, the number one listed is lazy.com. And clicking into that, we can see it is owned and founded by the Cubanster. So what the freak does this have to do with that Ohm transaction, Tyler? Well, let's dive into the chicocrypto and Chico Army rabbit hole. Cuban tweeted about lazy.com and also tweeted his own profile. Clicking into that, it shows the NFTs he owns. So you just have to click on one of his owned NFTs. Let's do the first one, the hash mask. Clicking on it and then clicking on view it on OpenSea. Okay, this is owned by Cuban, but how do we confirm that address? Well, click on mcuban, and this will take you to his OpenSea profile. Oh shoot, his address ends in ACC. Let's just copy and paste it into a text application and compare it with the Etherscan transaction. Yup, they are the same. Mark Cuban bought Ohm. Buying is one thing, but is he an Ohmie? Well, for sure he is, as if you go to his address profile on Etherscan and look at his last ERC20 transactions, he staked his initial buy, and he has even more Ohm coming in, and he is staking those as well. He is 3-3ing it. Just wait to see the hype if he changes his Twitter profile to 3-3. It's bound to happen in my opinion. So remember, my friends and ohmies, you will not find content like this anywhere else on the tube. Real recognizes real with chicocrypto. The fake will always get washed out eventually. Cheers, I'll see you next time.